I've spoken a lot on this channel about how our country has suffered a fracture in our traditions, which has led to something of a cultural breakdown. We've moved from values of honour, duty and service to values more like self-centred materialism and the globalist liberal values of tolerance and diversity. This was made no more clear than when Jeremy Corbyn, after being signed in as an MP again recently, called the whole process nonsense. That's the same Jeremy Corbyn that Keir Starmer backed, by the way.
Read it properly. Don't mess about.
Roman Catholic Bible?
This is such a load of nonsense.
No, it's just the Old and the New Testament, isn't it?
Oh, it's the New Testament.
Given that Corbyn was caught on a hot mic calling this nonsense, shows what he and other Labour MPs feel about all this. Swearing in via God and King may seem archaic, but it's completely in line with the traditions of our country. The point of this isn't whether you believe in God or King, but the Bible is a symbol of truth and honesty, and King is a sign that you will adhere to British traditions and British history, that you will place a shared service above the desires of Parliament. But shortly after I saw Corbyn saying this, I saw Labour MP Naz Shah, that same one that said that girls who'd been raped by migrant gangs should keep their mouths shut for the good of diversity, swearing her allegiance on the Quran and to Allah. Do you think Jeremy Corbyn would have a problem with that? Do you think he'd call that nonsense? I don't think Jeremy Corbyn would have a problem with this because, like most leftists, he actually values cultures that are alien to the historic British tradition. We've seen this before when he made the sign of the Muslim Brotherhood, when he called members of Hamas his friends, and after he got elected recently, he paid a visit to a mosque. Do you think he'd tell those Muslims that praying 5 times a day is nonsense, that eating pork is nonsense, that trying to avoid alcohol is nonsense? Of course he wouldn't. He'd tell them that their culture is valuable and they should maintain their traditions and be protected, in fact, for their traditions. And this exemplifies why we're falling away in the Western world. Our traditions are belittled while others are actively celebrated. And this begs the question, are people like Jeremy Corbyn and the rest of the Labour Party members well-meaning but naive idiots? Or are they actively against our culture? Are they so wrapped up in the globalist liberal ideology that they just want us to go away so they can enforce every other cultural practice from around the world but ours? I'll have to leave you to be the judge of that, but it looks to me like our traditions are in grave danger. So do let me know your thoughts down below, and if you're new, please do consider subscribing to the channel.